Hello, welcome back to my channel Lomzy Sews. In today's sewing tutorial, I will show you how to cut and sew this short bubu gown with surface coding. I'm going to show you two ways of sewing the surface coding. If this is what you like to learn, keep watching. To make this bubu gown, I'll be using 2.5 yards of fabric. I have Duchess fabric here. You can use Mikado, you can use Duchess, you can use crepe, yeah, any fabric of your choice, but I have Duchess with me here. So I will first of all measure the length of my bubu gown. So I want it to be 40 inches. I'll add 2 inches for hemming and I will fold it into two. So lengthwise I have folded it into two, and then I'm going to fold it into four again. So can you see it's folded into four? So the upper side is on fold and this side is open. That's the sleeve area. So first I'm going to take the length of the sleeve, which is 13 inches. This is going to be for my sleeve opening. That's the round sleeve. I'll just go ahead and square out the line, and for the neckline I'm going to take 3 inches by 1 inch for the back, and for the front I'm going to take 3.5 inches for the front and mark it like that. You can make yours bigger than this if you want it more open. So we'll come back to the neckline. I'm going to divide the bust divided by 4 plus 3 inches, and that's what I'm going to take for the circumference of the bubu gown. This will be okay for any size. Your bust divided by 4 plus 3 inches, and you square it down to the hemline. So this is it. Next I'm going to come down here like 3 inches and connect this to make a dormant sleeve. And that is it, guys. The bubu gown is ready. I'll go ahead and cut this and also cut out the neckline. You already know I'll cut out the back first, take this out, and then I'll cut out the neckline, the front neckline. So this bubu gown has a slit in front at the neckline. So we're going to be adding facing to the neckline. So I'll just go ahead and open this out like this. So I'm going to cut out the facing. So I'm going to place this like this and place another fabric under. I'll use this fabric for the facing. So I'm just taking the pieces I cut out from the sleeve and I'm going to place it like this. It's on fold. So I'll place it like this, and I've already interfaced that. I used hair stay to interface it. So I'll just pin it down, make sure it aligns properly with the folds, and then I'm going to cut it out. If you have been watching my bubu gown tutorial, you will understand what I'm trying to do. So I'll just go ahead and notch this place to know where the necklines are, the center front. So you can see I'll just go ahead and trim off the side seam like this, the side of the facing like this, to make this type of shape. So I'm going to open this up like this. I've already made a crease on it that will help me place the facing. So I'm going to place it like this. Make sure to align the center front and the center back, and then you go ahead and pin it down. So now I'm going to go to my machine now and sew round like so, 1/2 inch, and then when I come to the front I'm going to sew the slit. So I want the slit opening to be like 5 inches. So I'm going to sew straight like this and straight like that and get to the slit. So watch the way I'm going to sew this. after sewing it, then I'll go ahead and notch this place. Just notch it all around, and you're going to cut into the slit like you see me doing. Can you see? Just notch a Y, a small Y at the center like that, so that that place can relax properly. So I'll just go ahead and turn it over, and I'm going to understitch all the circle, not the slit. I will understitch the circle round. So I'll go ahead and weave the outer edge, and then I'm going to iron this. So this is it, and I've ironed it properly. As you can see, you can use hemming gum to hold it down. So next, I'm going to go to my machine now, and I'm going to sew the side seam, hem the down, and also hem the sleeve. Next, I'm going to prepare for the bias cording. So this is the bias I have cut out for this. As you can see, they are in pieces. I'll show you how you're going to join it. So you're going to place it like this and join it. So let me just show you on the machine. You place this like so, the two edges, you place them like this. As you can see how I've placed it, make sure they align properly, and you're going to sew diagonally like this. Just make sure you place it very well and you sew diagonally. So I'll just go ahead and do that. By the time I'm done sewing it, it will still remain like the bias. I hope you understand what I mean. So you see, after sewing it, I didn't sew it straight. After sewing it, it still remains continuous bias. So I'll just go ahead and cut off the excess. I'll join all the pieces. This is all the bias I've joined. I have almost 10 yards here. So this is the cord I'm going to use to pass the bias. So I'm going to place my cord into this bias like so. As you can see, I have sewn it together, and I'm going to place, just sew it. You know how you turn your bias? That's what I'm going to do. As I'm sewing it, I'll be removing the cord and stretching it out. As you can see what I'm doing. Yeah, I will not allow it to get to the end. As I'm sewing, I'm removing it so that it doesn't get too tedious for me. So after I was done, this is it, and it's almost, in fact, it's 10 yards. So this is what we are going to be using for the cording. So I've already drawn the design of the cording I'm making on the Bubu gown. I'll go ahead. Remember, I told you I'm going to show you two ways of doing this. So this first method, I'm going to be using my glue gun. So I'll start from here to start placing the cording on it. So I'll place the glue gun, and then I start placing my cord according to the design I have already drawn. Just make sure your bias is at least 10 years. It should be enough for you to do this. If you have up to 10 years, you don't need to join any design you make. So I'll just go ahead and follow this design I have already drawn with my chalk. I'll just keep following it as I go. Just make sure to be careful with the glue gun, because it's very, very hot. Very, very hot, so it doesn't burn your hand. But trust me, it's easy to do. So I'll just keep following all the design. As you can see what I'm doing, I'll follow all the design and place the cord as I go. If you have watched this video till this time, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you have learned any new thing. And if this is your first time coming across my channel, consider subscribing and joining the family. To my returning subscribers, thank you guys. You guys are the real VMP. Thank you for always supporting, dropping comments, liking and sharing my video out to your social media community. I appreciate a whole lot. Thank you guys. Aside making the cording, this didn't take me a long time to do. So when I get to the end of the bias, I'm going to make the final design. Just make the circle design like that. You just keep placing this round like so. This will give you a very nice finishing. You will not see the end of the cord. So I'll go ahead and do that, and then I will show you the next method. For the second method, I've already made my bias just the same way I did the first one. So you can see my bias. It is also 10 yards after I measured it. So this is the bubu I have made, and I've already drawn the design of the cording, the design I'm making for the cording. So this time around, I have not joined the side seam. So what I'm going to do now is to place the cord according to the design of the design I've drawn, and I start sewing it. So you start sewing on one edge, just keep following your design and you sew one edge. After you're done sewing with that edge, you go over to the other side. So I'll continue doing this until I'm finished, I'm done with the design of the cording I'm making. So the difference, the other one we use glue gun, and this one we are sewing it. So I hope you have learned new thing. If you did, let me know in the comment section. If you think these two methods are not good enough, let me know what other method I can use for this. I'm open to learning. Yeah, and I'll see you guys in my next video.